This is Parma. It's a city located in Italy's Emilia-Romagna region, and we came here all the way from Austin, Texas, to study sustainable cinema. Without knowing much about the city, you could guess that they're known for foods like Parmesan cheese and prosciutto. But more than that, when we first came to Parma, we learned so much about the city. In a lot of ways, it's different from what we're used to in the US. The food is cleaner, there's no iced coffee, there's cobblestone everywhere, people play the accordion in the streets, and overall, life moves a bit slower. But there's one thing about Parma that none of us expected. The trash is confusing. The city of Parma created and enforced a system that separates waste. At first, it was difficult to figure out, being that it was so unfamiliar to us. Coming from the US, where there's hardly any mandates on trash, it seemed like the city was so environmentally conscious. And it wasn't just that. People rode bikes, they used public transportation, the buses were electric, the air seemed fresher, and the city seemed cleaner. But as it turns out, Parma is actually one of the most polluted cities in all of Europe.
We decided to look more into the conservation and restoration projects happening around Parma, so we traveled 20 minutes outside of the heart of the city to a privately owned forest that has been open to the public for nearly 30 years. The name itself, Bosco Spaggiari, means Spaggiari Woods, named after the organization's founders, Roberto Spaggiari and his father Giancarlo. We spoke with Roberto to learn more about his project and what it means to him, as well as sustainability efforts in Parma.
All'inizio di questa storia è stata 25 anni fa. Abbiamo cominciato a piantare degli alberi io e mio padre, Giancarlo, perché tutto questo terreno era un terreno agricolo. Abbiamo deciso di utilizzare dei fondi che l'Unione Europea metteva a disposizione. For me il valore è la tradizione, is the tradition. Tradition is a Latin word that means tradere. I give you a thing that belongs to the past but also has some meaning in this present. The past is always in my heart, and I think that the best way to protect the past is planting trees. This is my gift to my town. When I will die, I will left this forest to my town.
We're from a school called Fiore di Loto, Lotus Flower. It's a Montessori school. It's a primary school, and we often come here to Bosco Spaggiari, so to this little wood, to enjoy the vegetation and the fresh air, but also for educational purposes.
Yes, also because we live in a very polluted environment. Near here there is a street, a very huge street with a lot of cars, and this is like a lung for our city, and we are very grateful of that.
While the forest has transformed from what was once agricultural land, the surrounding area has continued to develop over time. As more forested areas continue to be replaced by buildings, factories, and agriculture, the region experiences continual increases in pollution. In a way, Roberto being placed between all this urbanization demonstrates his refusal to comply with anthropomorphic pressures from the surrounding industrial plants. These sorts of factors play into what Professor Polpani describes as sources of pollution.
One of the critical points of Parma, and more in general the plain, is the air circulation. The geographical, the orographic shape of the mountain chains, Apennine Alps, reduces a lot the air circulation, so there is a stagnant air, and so there is the accumulation of particulate, of chemicals in the air, so this is related to the worst situation. So the pollution is mainly related not only by the sources, because there are also other areas with a big sources of pollutants, but if the city is along the sea coast, is the windy situation reduces a lot the concentration. So it's not only related to the functioning of the city, but also by the geographical constraints.
Due to the exploitation of the environment that has resulted from urbanization and industrialization throughout the region, it becomes necessary to preserve the land, or as Roberto explained to us, protect the past.
I need to preserve and not to destroy, because Emilia-Romagna, our region, in the past year had unbelievable transformation with the houses, with the cemento, come si dice, and this is unbelievable for me. It's a way of life that you can consider like a violence against the nature, against the past, and then with these simple trees you can have a connection with the nature, connection with you. I didn't have the possibility to talk with the girl that comes from the United States. This is a gift for me. To imagine create a forest inside every city. Imagine Central Park in every city. It's unbelievable. But you don't have to attack the nature. Let him go.
But again, nature is considered a tool for reaching a goal, for reaching a final aim of the action. We have also considered to leave space for nature, nature for nature, and not only from an human perspective. We need nature, but nature doesn't need us.
The family Spaggiari, who strongly wanted this wood to stay a public wood where people could come and enjoy the vegetation, have done a lot for this little village, and it's very, very important for all the people living here too.
Planting plants here or in Parma is not so different. It's different the political vision. It's una piccola, tra virgolette, it's a little green revolution, but little.
Throughout our time in Parma, we learned that there are many challenges when it comes to sustainable implementations due to Italy's deep cultural ties. But as Roberto has demonstrated, it is possible to conserve both the traditions of the past and the environment. Around Parma, other projects such as Park Ducale, Picasso Food Forest, and the Arbolia Urban Forest have contributed to this goal of protecting and preserving the environment. As we return to Texas, we keep in mind that even the small efforts can and do make a difference. Just as we've been inspired, we hope to inspire others to look for ways to preserve the past and conserve their environment.